You've seen a lot of aggression out of Ek0p here. He had a bad weekend. Maybe he's planning on taking it out on Dog here in this match.
He's taking it out on him so far. Game number 4 is getting underway right now. We're going to find out if he can keep taking it out on him right in this game because he's got match point for 2 straight.
Yeah, Dog needs to win 2 straight, and Dog reverting back to one of his comfort picks here, and it looks like Ek0p might have gotten him a little bit again.
Yeah, Ek0p just has, I think he has the upper hand in this match. He's just been looking beautiful in his cues. Game 1 and 2 had a disadvantage, I think, in both of those games. Was able to pick one of them up. If you steal one of those games and you get a good read, you are at an advantage.
Yeah, I feel like he has the straight soul read here in these last 2 games.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, this strategy is so dangerous for Dog. You know what Ek0p's going to be looking to do?
I love seeing Ek0p actually armor up here instead of developing fiery works, understanding this matchup.
Yeah, he just wants to continue to pad his life total, and his goal is to deal with Dog's threats one by one. If he gets them all checked, he's going to find himself in a spot where Dog just frankly doesn't have the damage to end the game.
Yeah, what you're going to see from Dog here, he's going to play a long, slower game here, and then he's going to try to play a tempo game to win here. You're going to try to see him have one giant turn with something like Lotheb and Sap and have a minion stick to the board for a full turn, and then he's going to try to win from there with like some kind of giant combo like Tinker Sharps on Oil and Blade Flurry for a ton of damage in one turn.
Yeah, the big problem with this though is that he doesn't have something like Piloted Shredder or Piloted Teacher to add to this board and get that resilience going. He's only got stuff like SI7 Agent, Azure Drake, Antique Healbot. These aren't the minions he needs.
Yeah, these are all great minions. Nothing against those cards, but he really needs exactly what you said, Piloted Shredder, or if he has it, Violet Teacher. This is one of the matchups that really shines.
Yeah, this is a spot where I fully expect Ek0p to get this Fiery War X in play and ready to go.
Do you get busy with it?
You don't get busy with it because you're looking to kill minions with it, but Sludge Belcher is certainly something you're looking at on turn 5. There's a potential he holds it though. The last thing he would want to do is have Dog play an Azure Drake and him draw like Deathbite.
Well, not just that. What if Dog has Harrison Jones in his deck? We've seen that here in HPL before.
Yeah, I don't really think Ek0p's even too worried about something like Harrison Jones. It will give Dog a lot of advantage. There's that Violet Teacher.
Oh, this is going to be a good turn here for Ek0p.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for Dog as well.
And this is about the best turn that he could possibly have. But again, Ek0p does have some semblance of an answer here to what's going on. Cool Taskmaster Execute going to put a little pressure out. But this is that big tempo game you were talking about. It's about to get fought right here.
Yeah, Dog actually going to get a swing in here. I love this swing because he definitely needs to play around Harrison Jones.
That draw is mighty good though.
Yeah, the shield block's going to allow the shield slam to take care of this Violet Teacher and net him another card as well.
Yeah, I don't really know if there's a better draw in his deck right now. The last thing he wants me to do is investing multiple resources into a Violet Teacher. And again, if he uses shield block, shield slam, it takes away some of the potential for Dog to start fighting this tempo game. Cool Taskmaster opens him up to stuff like SI7 Agent.
Yeah, he's going to be able to play these Cruel Taskmasters on point when he needs to going forward. Ooh, we might be seeing Ek0p taking a different line here. I think he might be thinking about armoring up, Cruel Taskmaster, Shield Slam, attack the Violet Teacher. There's
a possibility. There's a lot of different things that can happen here. But this turn is really going to change the outcome of this game, how Ek0p decides to play this one.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to go with the safe play here and Shield Block and Shield Slam. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, Shield Block, Shield Slam, it's just so clean.
Yeah, it's just so clean, so good. You get a ton of life. You said there's that Harrison Jones we talked about, too. That's going to be good going forward.
Ek0p just has his number in this match so far. Everything looking beautiful for him. There's a little bit of a risk here now because a minion is left on board. Like maybe this is an opening for Dog to try to get something done, but with a card like Azure Drake, he doesn't have the option. He's got to keep working for development.
Yeah, with Dog only having 1 durability on his weapon, though, you don't really get blown out too bad by Tinker Sharps on Oil here.
Yeah, that's another big talking point for this as well. The fact that he can't push tons of damage this turn.
Now, Dog picking up the sprint here, that's pretty good for him. He's going to need to play, and fight this long battle. He's not going to win over the next 2 turns here, and a lot of extra cards are going to go a long way here.
The attack there a little bit curious, and I think it's really because he's got this extra Deadly Poison and the Tinker Sharp Sword Oil. If this board goes unchecked, I suspect that this is going to be the all-in from Dog.
Yeah, we're going to see an all-in. Also, just shredding armor is always a good thing when you can.
Yeah.
You force Ek0p to have to armor up this turn if he wants to use another Shield Slam here to take care of your Azure Drake, and that's 3 of his 6 mana, and then he wouldn't have a lot of good plays to do after that.
It also protects him a little bit from Harrison Jones. The fact that Ek0p won't be able to just play it cleanly and kill something right off the bat, that's a big point.
Yeah, he's going to take some damage here to take care of this Azure Drake. That's one of the minions you definitely can't leave around.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and frankly, I like this play from Ek0p as well. Now that he's got the Armor Smith, he's not as concerned with spell damage and Fan of Knives. He's not really as concerned with something like SI7 Agent. All these plays start working again towards his game plan overall, and I think he's okay with that.
Yeah, plus anytime you can find a turn to be defensive yet also grow your board presence to get an offense going against this deck, against Rogue, that's actually a good thing to be doing because you need to put pressure on them. You can't let them sit around. And if Dog has one of those spell-heavy hands where he only has like one minion from here or something like just anti-Healbot, you actually pull very far ahead in this match.
And Dog getting really aggressive here. Backstab, again, this is the big tempo play he was looking for. And I'm curious. Yeah, sequencing here, really paramount. Has to play the SI7 agent first to get the bonus on the Tinker Sharpsword Oil. So it's not just giving Ek0p an extra armor. He had to do it this way to get that extra +3. But look at
Ek0p draws Whirlwind here. He's going to be able to Whirlwind and execute this turn if he wants to. And then Harrison Jones. This is
or Sludge Belcher.
Yeah, this is a nightmare for Dog.
Is this a spot where Ek0p Harrison Jones? I mean, he hasn't seen an Eviscerate yet, so maybe a little bit concerned with that. But now he's seen a Deadly Poison and a Tinker Sharpsword Oil. He's seen a lot of threats from Dog. He gets an Assault going with Harrison Jones, gets to pick up extra cards because he's running out of them. How could you have had a better turn?
Hey, I don't think there is a better one. That was the dream turn for Ek0p here, and you're going to see Dog have to sprint this turn just to try to get back into this game.
Yep, just has to reload. You know, things work out. Preparation's a good draw. Sap is not a good one versus Harrison Jones, but a key card in this matchup.
Yeah, very key card in this matchup. You need the tempo swing. Something, you know, being able to answer one of their minions, even if it is only for a turn, for 2 mana, huge in this match.
Grom gets picked up.
Ek0p's going to end this quickly here.
Again,
in the next couple turns.
Grom oftentimes in this matchup is just a value card. You know, if your opponent invests a bunch of damage into this and you still have endgame threats afterwards, you're totally fine with that. You're not really concerned with dealing damage in one big swing. You can deal damage in one big swing, but it's not always what you're looking for.
The Dog going to clear up this Sludge Belcher here. He gets to the front and the back half of it if he wants here with this backstab.
Yep. Just not really many other plays that you have at this point. Oh, he's actually going to backstab and prep the fan. I like this a lot better. This draw actually so important right now. 2 antique Healbots in his hand too. He was fully expecting Ek0p to move back to an aggressive strategy.
Yeah, Dog was fully ready for that this game.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I expect the Grom here. Just value Grom.
Yeah, does Grom take care of Azure Drake?
Yep. Again, your opponent's got to have something to deal with it.
Yeah, and if they use something like Sap to take care of it, you almost feel like completely okay with that.
I think you're totally okay with Sap at this spot. What now? Looking at Alexstrasza though, I mean, yeah. I don't mind pressure.
Yeah, it might be thinking about getting busy with this Alexstrasza here, getting Dog down to, you know, what would be 14, and then possibly being able to finish him off next turn.
I still think I like the Grom more. This sets up such a bigger turn 10. Like if say this doesn't get dealt with, like now suddenly Alexstrasza is just, that's game over. Like your Dog has to be able to do 35 damage in 2 turns afterwards.
Yeah, I actually like Grom a lot better this turn as well.
Ek0p's still struggling with this one though. I mean, 2 very different routes, and they both mean very different things. And it looks like he wants to go with Alexstrasza now.
I mean, Ek0p really taking his time in this match.
You know, it is sitting behind his slime right now too, so Dog has to be able to answer the slime before he gets to the Alexstrasza. Like maybe he has to attack it with Azure Drake. But the Eviscerate gets picked up.
Yeah, Dog can Blade Flurry and Eviscerate this turn to take care of all of Ek0p's board if he wants to. This will leave him, and he could even follow it up with a Loatheb here. This would be a pretty good turn.
Yeah, this is honestly, this might have been exactly what Ek0p was looking for too, is a damage investment into Alexstrasza, so that way he didn't have the damage to actually kill Grom afterwards.
Yeah, it's definitely very possible. That's what Ek0p was trying to do this turn. I like this turn from Dog though. It's going to help him turn things around. The Loatheb, not going to be huge here. You know, it stops him from playing this Brawl that he's, I mean, he could play the full 10 mana Brawl here, but
yeah, he's got a better 10 mana Brawl.
Yeah, called Gromish.
It's called Gromish, Hellscream, and Armor Up.
Yeah.
But he loses the Brawl. The 5/5 gets kept.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Does he really lose it though? I mean, he gets left over with a 10 power minion.
No, having a 10/5 left over is not okay. Finally, we get to see an uprooted Ancient War. Somewhere.
I've been asking for it for the entire season. I want to see a 10/5 Ancient of War.
Well, there it is for you. Dog, fantastic pickups from him. He draws some damage off his Fan of Knives. Like say he draws another Eviscerate. Yep, Sap is still not too bad, but he looks like he's just going to be content with trading off. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's going to go upstairs, yeah.
This is really interesting to me.
Well, I mean, he knows that a lot of the reach, there's no more reach in Ek0p's deck. Like, how is he going to punish him here? How is he going to do the last 12? And Ek0p is, he is priced into, if he wants to, well, he's going to be able to brawl here, but he might be priced into trading off here, so why do his job for him?
This is actually a tough spot for Ek0p now. That's a good point that you made. Where does he actually go from here? If he just turns up the heat on Dog, he's got to be a little bit worried.
Yeah, I mean, like, how does he move forward from here? He's going to do, like, Acolyte of Pain, Armor Smith, Armor Up. Do you brawl? Like, I mean, there's...
I can tell you what, if he attacks for 10 and brawls and wins the brawl, the game is over.
Well, yeah, of course.
I think another reason why Dog is really comfortable with this, though, is that not only the anti-Keel bot challenging the Grom in this spot, but he's got another one in his hand.
Yeah, he's got the second anti-Keel bot, and he's got 2 saps to kind of, you know, if a Sludge Belcher were to come out, you know, if Ek0p's like, well, I'll just race you. Here, 10U Sludge Belcher. You're like, oh, sap you. Like, got ya. You know,
he's got the perfect hand to actually make this kind of play. And with Armorsmith first, I think Ek0p's trading.
yeah, you got to believe he's going to take care of this.
Wait a minute, is this going to be an even... Okay, I was like, is this going to be an even bigger brawl? Is he going to risk even more in this spot? Is Big Game Hunter... I mean, is this the play here? He's going to hold on to it. This tells me he does fear the potential of something like Dr. Boom. You know, Dr. Boom really one of the only ways left for him to actually lose at this point, it feels like. Oh, what a draw from Dog. This is what happens when you get this many cards, though.
Yeah.
He's had Azure Drake, he's had Sprint, he's got Blood Mage going.
He's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on this board as well. He's going to be able to add 2 more minions here.
This is kind of what Ek0p wants, though. I think Ek0p is totally okay with seeing more minion pressure added to the board, especially in this form.
Yeah, just 3/3s. He's going to be able to brawl here. Well, he's not going to be able to Shield Maiden this turn, but that'll be good. You know, next turn he's going to be able to brawl and then play, you know, either Big Game Hunter or Acolyte Pain and armor up behind this.
Yeah, 6 points of damage defected from this brawl. Totally okay with this one. Doesn't matter which one of these minions wins. They're all 3/3s at the end of the day.
By the way, I love the way the Dog has played this game.
Yeah, I think he's played it about the best as he could. You know, really putting Ek0p in uncomfortable spots where he's the one forced to have to do things. Ek0p having a little bit thought with here. I like the Big Game Hunter personally.
Yeah, just try to trade.
Yeah. You have just lost your brawl, though, now. So now if Dr. Boom happens, you actually have no answer to it.
Yeah, that's actually the thing you might be thinking about something like that. So it's interesting if he wants to try to trade here or put in Acolyte's Pain and try to, you know, get some more value, but he only gets probably 1 card out of it.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually like the Acolyte of Pain a lot more. He's still got 3 weapons left in his deck. He's still got plenty of life total. He's got Shield Maiden to back this up. There's Execute somewhere in his deck. There's Shield Slam somewhere in his deck. Just drawing the right cards is totally fine.
Yeah, Death Spite, which would be really good.
Dog, he's got 1 card left in his deck, but that's a pretty solid hand to get the work done. But he's got a long way to go if he wants to get it.
I was going to say, he almost has enough in his hand. He has
Whoa, Nelly.
the second brawl drawn, always a big one.
Not going to Acolyte first. A little bit surprised by that. Maybe having second thoughts about it now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to actually, you know, attack one of Dog's minions, you'd like to see him do it before he makes any moves this turn.
Yeah, just no reason not to get the extra information.
You know, is Ek0p going to just run his,
maybe
his Acolyte of Pain in here?
Like if he's got a Gorehowl in this deck and he draws Gorehowl right here, suddenly looking great. It looks like Ek0p wants to brawl again, though. He's gonna go Shield Maiden though. I'm actually surprised that he attacked face with this Acolyte.
Yeah, racing in this situation, I don't think it's exactly what you want to be doing against Dog here. Dog is out of cards and about to get to fatigue, but you should know the cards that are left over.
I don't know if it's really a race mechanic, so to speak. He just doesn't want to suicide his Acolyte. I think he's just trying to draw an attack at a Dog here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He wants to get more than 1 draw or, you know, to gain the pseudo life gain here of getting, you know, Dog to run in one of his minions in.
Dog has to be careful. At this point, he cannot afford a single mistake.
Yeah, he's actually out of cards, so he has no more going forward. He's going to be taking extra damage, you know, every turn for the rest of the game off of fatigue.
Ek0p just did the fatigue math really quick. He knew that Acolyte 1 damage was paramount.
I would not be surprised if 6 turns from now we talked about that. That 1 damage from Acolyte of Pain.
Dog, I mean, this match is at stake on this game. He has to play perfect.
Yeah, he has to play perfect this turn as well.
That's a Violent Teacher. Follows up with Eviscerate. And it looks like some trades are happening here. I mean, he obviously does not expect a second brawl.
Yeah, this is playing right into Ek0p's hands.
Everything getting invested now. Even invests 5 points of health. Again, that's precious at this point because the clock that's working against him is fatigue. And Ek0p, what a beautiful turn he's got. I don't think that really any of these events are bad for him. I think the Violet Teacher obviously is the last one he wants to win. But even if the Violet Teacher wins, he sweeps out 4 other minions.
Yeah, and if any of the 1 toughness ones are left over, this Acolyte of Pain is going to be just beautiful.
Yeah, this is Dog cringes at the sight of the second brawl. That's brutal.
Yeah, that almost. Yeah, it's going to be a 1/1 left over. It almost spells his doom as well because he doesn't really have a lot of damage left over from here. He has to deal 27. Now he has to deal 29, and Ek0p can just gain 2 every turn. He's got a Shield Maiden in his hand.
Yeah, this is a spot where I think that he's got to actually use Dagger to trade into the Acolyte of Pain and just hope that things work out. He's got to get a lot of mileage out of this 4-1. And it looks to me like it's actually, oh, it did land on the Violet Apprentice here. And sort of his reaction almost looked as though it landed in the wrong spot. And no execute targets right now. I mean, this is maybe a spot where Ek0p, I mean, this is a lot of damage to be facing down right now.
Yeah, I mean, he did pick up a Dr. Boom, and he has a shield made his turn to kind of hold on. But, you know, you don't, the last card in his hand, you know it's a Blade Flurry. That's one of the cards you 100% track during these matches. You know when they've used both of those.
Yep. Dr. Boom, for sure, the play.
Yeah, this is
and
the
then
best
you big game hunter it afterwards.
This is the best play against the Blade Flurry coming out of Dog. You see him kind of literally slouch in his chair there.
This is dire straits. I don't actually know if he can win the game anymore. Still gonna try, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't know if the cards are there. He's got to hope both of these hit the Pilot and Shredder for 1. Well, takes out the Violet Teacher and 3 to face. So facing down to 7-3. I mean, Ek0p knows he's out of cards. He cannot lose the game next turn to damage. He's free to push with Dr. Boom. This game has ended, and Ek0p going to take a 3-1 victory over Dog tonight.
Yeah, I got to feel good on Ek0p's side. Huge win for him going forward this season as well.
Yeah, again, this is the big statement being sent. You know, Ek0p, again, down in record, not out of this tournament, or not out of this league yet.
Yeah, everyone in the league knows how good of a player Ek0p is, and he starts putting wins on the board. Gets a little scary for the rest of the league.
Yep, the only thing I think it's been a factor for him so far is a little bit of inconsistency, which could stem from a lot of different places, frankly. And Ruby Egg, not going to be enough. Ek0p's got all the damage in the world. Let's see if he BMs it this time. No reason to BM at this point. I mean, you got it all figured out.
Yeah, the match is over. Let's just go ahead and move on.
Yeah, he's going to do it anyway. This is what Ek0p does best.
I'm pretty sure if there was a way to, he would have executed one of his own minions this turn as well. Just get all the cards out of the hand.
Sorry, Artosis, that can't happen. He's just going to kill a minion instead. He says, you know what? You can die to fatigue. And Dog completely out of this game, has no way to win. What a beautiful game from Ek0p. Really showing you the power of Control Warrior versus Rogue.